is what? Rho d phi a phi from cylindrical coordinate system. Why it is cylindrical coordinate system? We have imagined this. We are going to prove this Ampere circuit law in cylindrical coordinate system for infinite conductor. And this is closed line integral. Okay, this is L means line integral. So which is equal to closed line integral. Take the dot product between these. This is one vector and this is another vector. Okay, so we can multiply component by component. What is the component of this vector? I by what? 2 pi rho into rho d phi a phi dot a phi dot a phi. Yeah, what is the value of a phi dot a phi? What is the value of a phi dot a phi? Yeah, which is, so this value becomes 1. What these are the remaining terms, and here we can cancel out rho and rho, and let me write here LH is equal to, otherwise let me take another not required. So which is equal to, let me write here, which is equal to closed line integral I by 2 pi into d phi, closed line integral. Okay, which is equal to what? So we can take I by 2 pi out of the integral. So integral d phi. It is a closed line integral. What is the closed line? This is the closed line. This is the what? Closed line. This is what a closed line. This is known as an Amperian path, right? Okay. What are the limits for this d phi here? What is the range of the phi in cylindrical coordinate system? We already discussed the range of the rho, range of the phi, and the range of the z. Now, what is the range of the phi? Phi is ranging from
0 to 2.
0 to 2.
0 to.
Such that you should take the limits 0 to 2. Okay. So, which is equal to I by 2 pi. I by 2 pi. Integration of d phi is phi only. And the limits are 0 to 2 pi. So which is equal to I by 2 pi into 2 pi. Right? 2 pi will get cancelled out, which is I. Okay. So we started with the LHS of this Ampere circuit law. This is LHS. So closed line integral H dot dl. And we got RHS. What is the RHS here? I enclosed. I enclosed means this is the Amperian path which we imagined at the field point. And this Amperian path encloses this current I. That is nothing but I enclosed. So it's equal to RHS. So hence Ampere's law is proved. Okay. So this is about the statement of Ampere circuit law and what is that? Proof for Ampere circuit law. Now, so any doubts in this? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, so what do you mean by Amperian path? Yesterday we discussed about Amperian path. Amperian path. What is the Amperian path here? What is the Amperian path? The Amperian path is nothing but, suppose if you take an infinite conductor which is extending from minus infinity to plus infinity, right? And which carries a current I. I want to calculate the magnetic field intensity at this particular point by using the Ampere circuit law, not by using the Biot-Savart's law. At that particular point, right, you should draw an Amperian path. That Amperian path should be suitable for this vertical current distribution conductor. Okay. So what is the shape of the conductor? Cylindrical, right? and that ambient path should be a circular one. Okay, at this particular point you should draw ambient path. That ambient path should enclose this conductor. What is this black color one here? The conductor which carries the current I, which carries the current I in upward direction. As it is extending from minus infinity to plus infinity, we can say which conductor it is? Infinite conductor. Okay, so this is at the field point P. At the field point P, this is P. At the field point P, you have to draw first Amperian path. So this is known as Amperian path. What is that? This is known as Amperian path. This Amperian path should enclose this current distribution. Not suppose if you draw the Amperian path like this. Will it enclose complete the conductor? Is it a closed path? Please respond. Is it a closed path or not? This is path. This is closed path. This is not a closed path. The Amperian path should not be like this. The Amperian path should enclose completely the current distribution. Suppose the conductor is in this shape. Conductor is a rectangular type of conductor, like let us say. Let us imagine the conductor shape is like this. This is a rectangular type conductor. Now, can you guess which type of the Amperian path should be selected for solving this problem? Can anybody guess? Hello? I already said that the Amperian path should be selected such that based on the current distribution. Is it? Now, can we guess which type of Amperian path can be selected for this type of the current distribution? As it is a cylindrical, the conductor is in cylindrical shape. We have selected this Amperian path as a cylindrical shape. If this conductor is in the shape of rectangular, then what would be the Amperian path? What would be the Amperian path? The Amperian path also should be what? A rectangular. Imagine three-dimensional here. This is an Amperian path.
Acting opposite to this attraction force. So whenever the magnetic force is completely zero, this control split makes
this is an Amperian path. Okay. Now, what is the Amperian path? It is a closed path which is to be selected at a field point. It is a closed path which is to be selected at a field point, and it completely encloses the which one? Current distribution. Current distribution means what you know? Current distribution here. Current distribution is nothing but current is flowing through the cylindrical conductor. That is called an Amperian path. Okay. Now, to apply this Ampere circuit law for any particular problem, there are some steps. There are some steps involved. Okay. So let us note down the steps one by one here. I will explain these steps with the help of this PDF here.
In other way, because the required voltage is 220 as usual. The required voltage is 220. In some conditions, only voltage may be reduced to 150. For conditions, voltage will reduce to 150. So this 150 volt is applied to this point. This will produce an energy, this will produce an attraction force. This force is not sufficient to hold the handle. This force is not sufficient to hold the handle. So at that moment, this principal releases the handle, and then the spring force may be after opposite its handle, then immediately handle gets
see here.
Whenever the energy is not there, immediately spirit and opposite is handle direction. Glucose acting in one direction, then handle again get back to opposite. Whenever the supply is there, energy is there, the current force is developed. This reduction
Steps to apply Ampere circuit law. First step is consider a closed path, preferably symmetrical, such that it encloses the direct current. Completely it encloses. Encloses means that should be a closed path. It encloses the direct current I at least once. This is an Ampere path. That is first step. In the first step, you have to select a Amperian path. What is the second step here? Second step is consider the differential length dl. Consider the differential length dl depending upon the coordinate system is used. Suppose if you used, just now we have used cylindrical coordinate system. In that cylindrical coordinate system, you have to select a dl vector. Based on the current distribution, it will exist. Now, third point is, what is the third point? Identify the symmetry. Identify the symmetry and find in which direction H exists according to the coordinate system. Here, the direction of the H should be known before applying the Ampere circuit law, and that should be known from the Biot-Savart's law only. From the Biot-Savart's law, we have the direction of H here. It should be in particular direction. That direction should be known before applying the Ampere circuit law. So we have to identify the symmetry and find in which direction H exists according to the coordinate system. Okay, this is third point, right? And what is the fourth point here? Fourth point is next we have to find H dot dl. Why have to find H dot dl? Because what is our Ampere circuit law? Closed line integral H dot dl equal to what? I enclosed. Okay. So later you have to calculate first H dot dl. You have to calculate. So the dot product. Make sure that dl and H are in the same direction. This is fourth point. So what is the fifth point? You can guess. After calculating H and dl, take the integral. Find the integral of H dot dl. Around the closed path is assumed. Around which one? Closed path is assumed. And equate it to which one? Current I enclosed by that path. So after calculating this LHS, we have to equate to I enclosed. This is not proof. This is what is steps which are involved to calculate the which one magnetic field intensity. Okay. Now to apply the Amperian circuit law, and there are two conditions must be satisfied. First condition is H should be either tangential or it should be a normal. Normal means perpendicular. So while applying this Ampere circuit law, H should be either tangential or normal. Normal means perpendicular to the path. At each point of the closed path. It should be either tangential or normal only. Okay. And the magnitude of H must be same at all points of the path. H vector is tangential. Okay. So while solving the problems, we have to follow these steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4, step 5 like. Okay. Now let us apply the Ampere circuit law. For which one? Now come to the application. Any doubts in these steps? Next we are going to derive H due to infinite long straight conductor. H due to infinite long straight conductor. We have also derived the same by using the Biot-Savart's law. What is the H due to infinite long conductor from the Biot-Savart's law? H equal to what? I by, what is the H?
by 2 pi rho.
A by 2 pi rho A rho. For that, we calculated distance vector, we calculated position vector, and we calculated what we call unit vector AR. We calculate distance vector R, we calculated position vectors of source point and field point. After that, we calculated AR, and we also calculated DL. After that, we substitute all those things in Biot-Savart's law. What is that Biot-Savart's law here? DH equal to what? I into DL cross AR divided by 4 pi R square. So this is the DH. Later we substituted these DL and AR and R value in this DH. After that we integrate on both sides, then we got H. Okay. Now, so that is 2 pages of derivation. Now, let us see by using this Ampere circuital law. Okay, how to calculate this H due to infinite long straight conductor. But before applying this Amperian circuital law, you should know the direction. This is not here or this is F. You should know the direction of H for a straight conductor. It should be in the direction of A5 only. That should be known before applying the Ampere circuital law. And one more thing is that the current distribution should be a symmetrical. Symmetrical means that conductor should be an infinite only. Okay. Now, let us calculate this H due to infinite long straight conductor by using the Ampere circuital law. Okay. For this, మీకు డెరివేషన్ చెప్తేనే ఈజీగా ఉంటుందమ్మా. PDF తోటి ఎంత క్లియర్గా ఉండదు.
Energy attraction force. Usually, this energy formula produces attraction force. Then what happens here? Whenever the handle moving from start 1 to start 2, 3, 4, 5, and running condition, this entire handle, like this doctor, is attracted towards this NBC point. This doctor is exactly incident in this NBC point, and then attracted towards this NBC. Okay. So under abnormal condition, means whenever the voltage becomes low,
now
this energy, this attraction
applications of
energy is zero. What happens? Attraction force is missing. Then
applications of
this spin force always acting opposite its magnetism force, and then handle immediately attacks to concentration. What is the problem? Subjected to a normal condition and overflow conditions. Okay. These are the important features of this concept. Okay.
Ampere's circuital law. First application is H due to, H is magnetic field intensity, H due to infinite long current carrying conductor. Now let us take our conductor here. This is our conductor, straight conductor, which is extending from minus infinity to plus infinity, which carries a current I. Okay. Now let us follow steps one by one. What is the first step? What is the first step we should follow? Just now we have discussed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then run condition.
What is the first step we have to follow?
Amperian path.
Yeah. First one is you should select a suitable Amperian path. Amperian path at field point. At field point, that is the first point. Amperian path. So as this conductor is usually in cylindrical shape, now can you tell me what type of Amperian path? Let us say this is the field point here. This is the field point. What is the field point? Where the magnetic field intensity is to be calculated here. Okay. Tell me, just now we have discussed which type of Amperian path is suitable for this problem.
Cylindrical.
Yeah, very good. Cylindrical. That should be a closed path. That should enclose this conductor. That should be a. That should enclose this conductor. This is known as Amperian path. This is known as which path? Amperian path. This is an Ampere. What is the Amperian path? This is the closed path where the field point is selected and that should encloses this conductor. This red color one is conductor, infinite conductor, which carries a current in I in upward direction. That is the first point. Okay. Next, tell me what is the second point here. So first point is completed. What is the second point?
Consider differential length dl.
Yeah. So differential length dl is to be calculated. Now, which type of the first, again we have to choose a suitable coordinate system. What is the suitable coordinate system for this problem? As this conductor is in the shape of cylindrical, which type of this coordinate system is suitable? Which one?
Cylindrical coordinate system.
Yeah, very good. Cylindrical coordinate system is suitable. So if it is cylindrical coordinate system, then you have to calculate the dl here. What is the dl? This is the L is the total length of the Amperian path. We have to choose a differential length. We have to choose a differential length dl here. Differential length dl. So as it is a circular shape, okay. So it will be changing in the direction of which one? A phi. This tangential is A phi. A phi direction. This is in A phi direction. Okay, it is changing only in the direction of the A phi. But if you take a differential length dl, I am going to write total formula. What is the differential length dl in cylindrical coordinate system? Please respond. D rho plus rho
D phi A phi.
Very good. Plus dz az. Now you have to choose, you have to consider only a path, not the conductor here. While writing this dl, we have to choose only this path, the Amperian path, not conductor. You should focus on the L. Differential length should be only for path, not for the conductor. Don't write this differential length for this conductor. You might have written the differential length in Biot's hours, but here you have to write differential length for which one? Amperian path or conductor? Differential length దేనికి రాయాలి ఇక్కడ? This is an Ampere path we have chosen. Differential length should be written for which one? Is it
Amperian path.
Yeah, Amperian path only. Don't confuse. Okay, for Amperian path only you have to write dl. As this dl is changing in the direction of the A phi. Okay, only this A phi direction will exist. Is this Amperian path change in the direction of the AZ? Do you have any path in the direction of the AZ? Imagine it is in three-dimensional. This circular path is perpendicular to this conductor. Actually, I should draw which one? The coordinate system. This is our x coordinate, this is y coordinate, and this is z coordinate. This is z coordinate. Now the conductor is placed along the z axis, right? Now, is there any change in the direction of AZ for this ambient path? Conductor is changing, but this ambient path is not changing. This ambient path is perpendicular to which one? Conductor. So the thickness of this ambient path is very, very small, right? So that dz becomes what? 0. And what about the arrow direction? Do you have any change in arrow direction? No. This should be also 0. So what remains here? dl equal to rho t phi into a phi. So we got what? Differential length dl. So this is second point. Let us say this is equation number 1. What is the third point? What is the third point here?
If you operate at the highest speeds, 1/5.
What is the third point we discussed?
Current also low. Current low means the flux value is further weakens. This is not
216 Alekya?
So for this option, you go for
Sir,
What is the third point in the Amperian, third step in Amperian path, Amperian circuit law?
identify the symmetry and find in which direction H exists.
Very good. So you have to calculate H.
the constant is completed. Now 4 constant. So I'm showing this class also. This is 3 constant term, and this will be random. This is not here.
H.
Main function of this is
And symmetry is nothing but as it is a circular path, each and everywhere the H is same. And can you guess what is the H due to? H direction. H direction. H is magnetic field intensity. At the field point, can you guess? Can you guess if you take a straight conductor, what might be the direction of the magnetic field intensity? Chiptara, if you take a straight conductor, magnetic field intensity direction ela untundamma? From the biot also we discussed, right? Tell me. If you take a
Tangential.
if you take a how the magnetic flux lines are around this conductor? You should respond. So many times we discussed it.
Sorry, your voice is breaking.
If you take a straight conductor, I am repeating. If you take a straight conductor, how the magnetic flux lines are exist around that conductor, and that conductor carries a current I.
Circular mass. Sir.
Very good. In the shape of circles, right? In the direction of circles.
This is the 4 constant. So almost everything is same. See this.
So before applying this Ampere circuit law, you should know the direction of the magnetic field intensity. The magnetic flux lines are exist in this direction. H is exist in this direction. Okay, right? So, so H is a vector which is having both magnitude. H is a magnitude. And can you guess the direction of the unit vector? Imagine cylindrical coordinate system. What is the direction? And which unit vector represent the direction of these lines in cylindrical coordinate system?
A5. A5.
Which one?
A5,
Very
sir.
good. That is what? That is the way to calculate the magnetic field intensity. Is it clear to everyone? Here, before applying this Amperian circuital law for a different type of current distribution, we should know the direction of the H, then only we can calculate. So, H is the magnitude, because magnetic field intensity is a vector. Vector is consisting of both magnitude as well as direction. Magnitude is denoted by, for our understanding purpose, right, H subscript to phi is a magnitude. That means it indicates it is in the direction of the phi. The unit vector will be A phi. What is that unit vector? Unit vector will be A phi. So this is the way to calculate the H. So equation 1 is completed, equation 2 is completed. This is third step. Any doubts in this? Once if you understand these things, the remaining thing is zero. Next case is only dot product and integration. This step arthamainda mandarki, step 3.
Yes, sir.
So later we are going to solve a difficult problem. So try to understand this concept and try to ask some doubts here. Next we are going to derive some difficult expressions, derivations. If you have doubts in this, you cannot understand those things. 211. Abhishek.
Sir.
Doubts ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయా ఈ పాయింట్ లో? హెచ్ ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తున్నాము అని?
లేదు సార్.
నెక్స్ట్ 217. Hello. 217, are you there? Regular 217. Manikanta?
Yes, sir.
Doubts ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయమ్మా? How to calculate this H?
No, sir. I'm low.
Okay. Ramnesh?
సార్
బాబు ఇంట్లోనే ఉన్నావా, జర్నీలో ఉన్నావా?
వచ్చేసా, ఇంటికి వచ్చేసిన.
Okay, very good. Do you have any doubts in this point, third step?
సార్ ఈ స్టెప్ కొంచెం అర్థం కాలేదు సార్, హెచ్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేశాడు.
Okay, again I will repeat here. See, so that is the reason why I am asking you. Children, what I am trying to say is that this is what our straight conductor. We are applying the Ampere circuital law for which one? An infinite conductor. Infinite means which is extending from minus infinity to plus infinity, which carries a current I. So from the Biot-Savart's law, we calculated the magnetic field intensity H. Okay, and by using the thumb rule also, you can calculate the magnetic flux lines. For this type of conductor, if I take a particular point P, how the magnetic flux lines are exist for a straight conductor? That is what I am asking. How those lines are exist here? The magnetic flux lines are perpendicular to this conductor. So the magnetic flux lines are in this manner. Magnetic flux lines are in this manner. Okay, in circular fashion, and the direction also in this fashion. Okay, that means which unit vector shows this direction? Suppose if you take at this particular point, and one more thing is that we are going to write H, because what is this Amperian mathematical expression? Closed line integral H dot dl equal to what? I enclosed. So we have to calculate the dl and we have to calculate the H also. Anyway, dl is calculated and we have to calculate the H here. H means vector only. Magnetic field intensity is the vector which is having both magnitude as well as direction. So magnitude is unknown. I don't know the magnitude. Okay, magnitude is unknown. Let us write H. Okay, and what is the direction of these magnetic flux lines? So AZ అంటేనేమో upward ఉంటుందిరా బాబు. AZ అంటే ఇట్లా ఉంటుంది. Magnetic flux lines upward ఉన్నాయా? Do you have upward magnetic flux lines? How the magnetic flux lines are exist? In circular manner, especially these circular magnetic flux lines are perpendicular to this conductor. So in the direction of the AZ, you don't have any magnetic flux lines. So it is not required. And what about the arrow here? Arrow, another unit vector is arrow. Arrow means in this direction. Do you have any magnetic flux lines in this direction? The direction of magnetic flux lines unnaya? Don't have. You don't have these magnetic flux lines in the direction. But the magnetic flux lines are in this direction, in circular direction. In circular direction, which unit vector exists in cylindrical coordinate system? That is what I am asking. What is that unit vector in this direction?
A5, sir.
Which unit vector?
A5, sir.
Yeah, you should write A5. This is unknown quantity. Magnitude of magnetic field intensity is an unknown quantity. So that is the reason I took only H. It is in the direction of the A5. Suppose. Let us take another example here, not this straight conductor. If I take a circular conductor, imagine it is a circular conductor, and which carries a current I in anti-clockwise direction. For this type of the conductor, how the magnetic flux lines are exist? The circular type of conductor magnetic flux lines ఎలా ఉంటాయమ్మా? నిన్ననే డిస్కస్ చేసాము. Hello.
And then maximum amount of currents are entering into this current field to develop the required back EMF.
You should respond. If you take a circular type of conductor which carries a current I, what is the direction of the magnetic flux lines?
Circular.
Upward.
Yeah, it is in the direction of AZ kada. But upward ఉంటుంది ఇలా ఉంటుంది. The magnetic flux lines are in this direction. Yesterday I discussed very clearly. Again we are in dilemma. So after completion of the class, I suggest you that go through this concept once, go through the textbook and go through the material which I have sent. Now in this case, what can I write? So let us take this upward. So magnitude of H equal to what? H equal to magnitude of H into what may be the unit vector which is used to represent these straight lines?
AZ, sir.
AZ. Okay, na? This is the way to calculate the magnetic field intensity for different type of charge configuration. This is the third step. I hope it is clear to everyone. Will anybody have any doubts? You can ask. ఈ పాయింట్ అర్థం కాకపోతే మీకు నెక్స్ట్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అర్థం కావు. Okay, shall I close this?
This is the Hardy position. Hardy based on this attacks.
So the first, what is the first step here? First step is you have to select the Amperian path at the field point. Next one you have to choose a particular coordinate system and calculate this DL here. Next, later you have to calculate the H based on the direction of the magnetic field intensity. Before applying the third step, you should know the direction of the magnetic field intensity from the Biot Savarts. Okay. Next, what is the fourth point, Amma? Fourth step. Fourth step in Ampere circuit law.
H dot DL.
H we have to calculate. H dot dl. What is the H? Just now you have calculated it in the third step. What is the H here?
HA5.
H H ki vector undadamma. You don't have vector for the H. Why? Because what is the reason? This H is a what?
Very less.
Scalar.
Scalar quantity. Magnitude is a scalar quantity. Into A5. H into A5 dot dl. What is the dl here? In second step.
Rho D5 F5.
Rho D5 A5. Rho D5 A5. Okay. Now H into take the scalar product here. So component by H into rho D5 A5 dot A5. A5 dot A5. What is the value of A5 dot A5? 1. So which is equal to H into rho into D5. This is what? H dot dl. H dot dl. This is the fourth step. Now what is the fifth step here? Closed line integral H dot dl equal to I enclosed. What is the I enclosed here? Current only. Okay, I enclosed. In the previous case, we have taken here this infinite conductor which carries a current minus infinity to plus infinity. This current I enclosed means this is an Amperian path. This Amperian path encloses this current I. That is nothing but I encloses. So should equate to I only. Okay. So in the different type of current distribution, I should be different. For this is the current I only. Now let us substitute this value. What is the H dot dl in the fourth step? H into rho into T5. Let us substitute here. Closed line integral H into rho into D5, which is equal to what? I. Now from this, H and rho are constant. Let us write these H and rho out of the integral. H into rho, closed line integral D5, which is equal to I. Now what are the limits for this closed path? This is one Amperian path. What is the limits for this Amperian path? Voice break outunna.
Okay. Yes. Actually,
Now what is the limits for this one?
0 to 2 pi.
Yeah, 0 to
very low. You like
2 pi. So let me take another one here.
very low means sometimes this flux may be less than rated flux. Is that accepted? Sometimes this flux may be less than the
See here,
because of that condition.
what is the derivation you are doing here?
This
H rho integral 0 to 2 pi
because of this condition.
d5, which is equal to I. Okay. Now H into rho d5 integration phi. The limits are 0 to 2 pi, which is equal to I enclosed. So H into rho, if you substitute the limits, 2 pi minus 0 into I. So which is nothing but H into 2 pi rho, which is equal to I. So what is the H here? Sorry. Hello?
The current always chooses for lower resistance.
Evaru?
The maximum amount of currents are entering into field only. Instead of passing this resistance.
అన్న నేను మళ్ళీ చేస్తాను ఒక 10 minutes తర్వాత.
We are creating another path. We are creating another path to produce passes the high current.
Sorry for the interruption. So 2 pi rho H into 2 pi rho into 1. So from this equation, what is the H here? I by 2 pi rho. So what is the H here? I by 2 pi rho, right? I by 2 pi rho. Now from the fourth step, what is the H here? From the fourth step, what is the H here? H equal to? From the fourth step, what is the H? H equal to what? We'll go to the fourth step. In the fourth step, what you have written? H equal to? H phi into A phi, right? Or H into A phi. Are you getting me or not? Or H equal to H into A phi. Okay, na? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So from this one, I am taking H equal to H into A phi. Now, we'll take that equation. H equal to H into A phi. H equal to H into A phi. Now, substitute this H value. What is the H value from this equation? This is, let us say, equation number 3. What is the H value from this equation? I by?
Star H by Fi.
That is
I by
okay.
2 pi rho.
H into A phi, okay. What is the magnitude of the H here? I by?
2 pi rho.
Let us substitute this H value in this. It is somewhat a little bit confusion. I by 2 pi rho in the direction of A phi. A phi. Now let us observe this equation. Now, if this equation is same as which you derived the magnetic field intensity in the Biot-Savart's law, let us say this is equation number 4. What you derived in the Biot-Savart's law? H equal to I by 2 pi rho into A phi. This is what we derived in which law?
Biot-Savart's law.
Biot-Savart's. This is from Biot-Savart's law. Okay, and this fourth equation is same as this equation, which is derived from the Biot-Savart's law. Okay, but it simplifies. The conclusion is that we get the same answer, but it simplifies the calculation. In that, what you have taken here, you take a differential length dl and unit vector a. Later we have done cross product. Later we have taken what we call a right angle triangle. We have substituted the what we call dz equal to something else. So after completion of 2 or 3 pages, we got this answer. Okay, but within 1 page we got this answer. That is the beauty of Ampere and circuital law. Okay, the purpose of this Ampere and circuital law is to calculate the magnetic field intensity. The purpose of Ampere and circuital law is to calculate the magnetic field intensity, but in easier way. Okay, so this is what an application of Ampere and circuital law, which is used for calculation of magnetic field intensity due to which one? Infinite conductor. Okay. So after getting this magnitude of H here, we have to substitute in third equation. What is that? H equal to H into A phi. This magnitude of H is getting from this one. That equation number 3 is substituted in this H here, which is equal to H into A phi. Okay. I hope it is clear to everyone, and I will send. I have already sent the PDF related to this morning only. All of you go through that, and if anybody have any doubts, we can ask here.
59, 60, 61, 62, 62.
So again, I repeat here. What you have calculated, H due to infinite long conductor which carries a conductor which carries a current I, carrying current I here. I is carrying here. We are going to apply a ampere circuit law. First point is Amperian path at the field point should be selected. This is the Amperian path which we have selected. That should enclose this current. And second point, second step is cylindrical coordinate system. You have to choose the particular coordinate system or suitable coordinate system. Based on this shape of the conductor, we have chosen cylindrical coordinate system. If it is a cylindrical coordinate system, so dl will be rho d phi a phi. So that is the second step. Third step is that h equal to h phi into a phi. H equal to h phi into a phi. Because or h into a phi. Because h is a vector which is having magnitude as well as direction. This h is unknown value. H is what? Magnitude is unknown value. And do you know the direction a phi? For the given current distribution, the magnetic flux density is in this direction only.
18 to 44.
So in this direction only. Okay, na? That is a phi. So that is step 3. What is the step 4? Calculation of h dot dl. Calculation of h dot dl. After calculation of h dot dl, find the integration. This is not the slide. H dot dl. So h is equal to h into a phi. Dl is rho into d phi. Here we calculated a phi dot a phi equal to 1. The remaining term is h into rho into d phi. H dot dl equal to h rho d phi. Now this is the fifth step, which is equal to line integral h dot dl. Let us substitute h into rho into d phi in this equation. H into rho into d phi, which is equal to I. Okay, let us take h phi as a common, and d phi is inside the integration. You do the integration, it becomes 2 pi. So finally, what we got here, h equal to
43%.
Finally h equal to, from the derivation, h equal to I by 2 pi rho. So whatever the magnitude which you got from this equation, substitute in the third equation, equation number step 3 equation. H equal to h into a phi. H equal to I by 2 pi rho into a phi. Okay. So this is the derivation by using the Amperian circuit law for infinite conductor which carries a current I.